sometimes I go for a character and then something comes from it. But this was really approaching it from color, and a character came out of the color. If you notice, we've officially transitioned into spring, which is so much fun because that means we can kind of transition our minds and our closets into that spring mindset. But for the next few weeks, we're gonna approach this idea with that transitional dressing in mind, not full on spring and spring trends just yet. So I'm so excited for today's video because we're going to kick this off with color palette dressing. I feel like this is the perfect way to kind of start to embrace spring. Even if we have to still layer it up, we can do it with mixing fun colors together. And with spring comes hopefully sunshine, warmth, wonderful, long, beautiful days, which has me thinking about being kind of fresh from the bottom to the top. And that's where our sponsor for today's video comes into play. I'm seriously so excited to tell you about Lume. We don't just have body odor under our armpits, and Lume has created a product that is for everything. Pits, privates, the entire body, and I love this idea. Lume is whole body deodorant. I'm serious, whole body deodorant. It's the first of its kind, and it's safe to use anywhere and everywhere, and we are about playing dress up everywhere, and so we're gonna be playing dress up with all the things that we need to cover with body deodorant. Lume was actually created by an OBGYN who saw firsthand how body odor was being mistreated and misdiagnosed. And it's actually been proven to block odor for up to 72 hours, which normally a deodorant is kind of masking a scent by putting it on and just putting a fragrance over top the odor, but Lume was actually formulated with mandelic acid, which stops the odor before it even starts. So it's basically like a pre-deodorant. I love that idea. And all the things we love, it's aluminum free, baking soda free, and paraben free. And it's also pH balanced, so that makes it really safe to use on any part of your body. So below the belt, above the belt, under the boobs, all the things, all the skin areas where we have body odor. And I really love it. There's so many different options. We've got the whole body deodorant, so you can really put that on your pits, privates, beyond, anywhere, rub it on. And then this is also more of a cream-based whole body deodorant. Same thing, I can put this anywhere to make sure I stay fresh all day. This is maybe my favorite. This is acidified deodorant wipes. So I've been throwing this in my bag to just take it with me on the go. Even just running around in different work situations or whatever where I'm kind of, you know, sweating and working hard. I know I've got this, I can run into the restroom and I can kind of freshen myself up, or when I'm traveling, I love having these wipes as well. And then there's also acidified body wash, which it's just like that pre-deodorant. You're really starting off from the very beginning of the day, knowing that you're preventing body odor. And I talk about this all the time, but I love really great scents. They have clean tangerine, lavender sage, and toasted coconut, and I've tested them all out. I'm very particular on my scents, and I absolutely loved every single scent. To get rolling, I think the Lume's starter pack is perfect for you. This is gonna include a solid stick deodorant, cream tube deodorant, and then 2 free products that you choose. So a mini body wash or deodorant wipes, which I love, and free shipping. And I have a special offer for you. If you're a new customer, just use the code BJones, then click the link down below and you're gonna get $5 off your starter pack. And I honestly think this is just an essential thing to get you rolling into spring and really just take with you through the rest of the year. And I'm so excited for you all to try it. And now we're gonna hop into this idea of color palette dressing. There's a video I did a few years ago, and it was 5 ways to get out of a style rut. And I talked about 5 different methods that I use whenever I'm kind of feeling in a slump. And I do feel like this time of year is I really do feel like it's a transitional time of dressing because it isn't full on spring, at least here, even in California. Maybe it is for you, but it's not full on spring mode yet. And so we're in that weird flux where we don't really want to wear winter clothes anymore, but we really can't fully go all spring yet. And so we can tend to get in a little bit of a style rut, not knowing exactly what to do. And so I feel like one of the best ways to get out of a style rut, and just in general to have fun in your closet, is to approach it with the idea of color palette dressing. And what I mean by that is something that I do is I'll go on Pinterest and I'll just type in color palette. And lots of different options pop up. You can see like inspirations for weddings or your home or whatever, but I think this is a great way to actually approach your closet. And something that I found was a website actually called Your Color Style, and they give out different monthly color palette options. And there was the March color palette option, which I loved to see, and that had illuminating yellow, blue, warm apricot, light charcoal gray, amethyst, cerulean, black, maroon, olive green, deep purple, clear red, and white. So that was the March color palette, and I thought that was such a fun way to approach the idea of color palette dressing, is taking this monthly kind of grid as a place to jump off from. And really the idea is just to take any of these colors and see what you have in your closet that go along with them, and then mix them together in fun and interesting ways. And then I found another option for color palette dressing, which took different kind of aesthetic or ideas and then combined 4 colors within them. So example was escapism, quiet presence, and then utility. I ended up going with utility. I loved this combination of a classic green, a lime green, gray, and then pink, and those were pieces that I actually had in my closet. So I think that's a fun way to approach it as well, is some of these options where you feel like you're using, you know, their title as an inspiration, and then the color combos that have been put together for each one. And so the idea with this is basically take these color palettes as your starting point, go into your closet and actually look for pieces that are those colors. You could go in the route of solid colors, or you could go even in a print mixing mode, which is, you know, finding maybe the base color of a print is, you know, if it's black and then you have like a white stripe on it, or you've got, you know, a red, you know, floral skirt, majority of it is red. You could do it that way as well. So I don't think it just has to be solids. I'm gonna approach this today with the idea of mainly solids, just for the fun of even color blocking. And this doesn't mean that it has to be, you know, I think sometimes when it thinks of color blocking, it's like very minimal style, like a minimal blazer with a minimal pair of pants with a minimal turtleneck. And I love that idea, but you could also just go full on, always play dress up with this too, and bring something wild, but in all of these different colors. And that is what I did. I went in my closet with mainly the March color palette as my inspiration, and pulled out pieces and created outfits with these colors in mind. And I'm gonna share with you 3 different ideas that I came up with, and you can really see how each one of them checks different boxes and different even style ideas. So one is a little bit more minimal and very color blocked and maybe sophisticated preppy. One is very Carrie Bradshaw, which you'll very easily guess. And then the other is just always play dress up to the max, having so much fun, but doing it in a color blocking way, which was kind of a different idea for me. Instead of just, sometimes I go for a character and then something comes from it, but this was really approaching it from color, and a character came out of the color. And you'll know which one I'm talking about. So let's jump into the color palette dressing outfit ideas. This first look is definitely very inspired by Carrie Bradshaw, and I started off first with this crystal rose pink skirt. I found this at the thrift store a few months back, and it really just made me think of the ballet core trend that's going on right now, and it also feels very Carrie Bradshaw. It's a full fun skirt, and so I loved the idea of putting that on. And then with the color palette in mind, there was this suggestion of a classic green, a lovebird limey green, and then gray. And I felt like this could go in that ballet core mode. And so I ended up pairing it with another light pink corset top, And I had this classic green sweater in my closet. I loved the idea of actually not putting it all the way on, but wearing it more as a shrug, as if a ballerina has kind of thrown their sweater over their shoulders to stay warm. And I loved that effect that it had on the outfit. Of course, because Carrie was in mind, I threw on a great little corsage brooch to the outfit, which perfectly went with this because it was that lime green that I wanted to add. And then my gray touches were woolly gray socks paired with pointy toe animal skin print shoes, but they still felt like they were touching on that gray that I wanted to add to the outfit as well. So with spring in mind, I've got this combination of colors, feeling some Carrie Bradshaw inspiration and ballet core. For the next outfit, I used the March color palette as my jumping off place. And I loved this idea because there were so many different colors to work from. And it was really just about pairing different ones together that I wanted to play with. And so the first thing I noticed is the olive color green. And I thought, I have this great olive green blazer, what can I do with it? Then I spotted my warm apricot colored BCBG skirt from the early 2000s, the aughts, and I thought this was a really fun combination. From there, it was just about finding pieces that really had the other colors in it. And I had found this 70s turtleneck years ago that was yellow, and so I thought that this was a great way to kind of play up more of a preppy schoolgirl with an interesting twist to it. So I put all these pieces together, and then with that knee-length skirt, I'm loving it right now with either knee-high socks or a knee-high boot, and I had an olive green pair of knee-high socks. So I threw those on, some statement shoes with that. I left a little silver brooch on the blazer for some interesting appeal, and the look was complete. This felt very chic, editor fabulous, definitely something I would wear during the work week. And I loved all of these combinations of colors together, really embracing spring, but staying true to the fact that I still need to be layered up right now. Finally, we come to the last and final full-on always play dress-up outfit, embracing the March color palette. To be honest, I don't have a lot of solid colors in my closet, so it was coming down to using black and white, but I needed some extra color in there. And I remembered I had this amazing purple blazer. That is where it all started to come together. I pulled out these black leather shorts. I love that they're more of a long knee length. And then I put on my purple leather jacket, but felt like it needed more drama. With that, I grabbed a white ruffly top, threw it underneath, and instantly I thought of 90s Yves Saint Laurent with this look. And so from there, I just went all out drama. I added some knee-high boots, this black saucer hat, and I wanted some icing on top of the outfit. And so I noticed in the color palette that there was red, and I grabbed out a red corsage, tied it around my neck with black ribbon, and I felt fabulous. This was an interesting way to approach colored palette dressing because it is all the drama, but there is still the core colors mixed in this outfit. And this inspired me for a whole new way of getting dressed. So there you have it. There is the March approach to color palette dressing. This is so much fun. I feel like this is such a great idea for you to head into your closet with and let you kind of get out of that style rut if you're in one, or just gives you a new way to get dressed every morning. So find some color palettes that you really love on Pinterest, or you can even use this one and just see what you have in your closet and see what you can mix together. It's pretty fun and interesting to see what comes from it, because you're not using any image or any outfit or any idea that you've seen somewhere. You're really just using the colors and then the colors that you have in your closet and seeing what you can come up with. So it's even more of an outfit exercise for you. Thank you so much for watching today. I had so much fun styling all these looks. You can give this video a thumbs up if you like it. You can subscribe to my channel. I have new videos every single Thursday at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And if you haven't, you can subscribe to the Weekly Scoop email. It's an email that comes to your inbox every Tuesday morning, and it just gives you so much more inspiration, mood boards. I feature someone from the Always Play Dress Up hashtag, so make sure you're using that hashtag on Instagram. And finally, always play dress up. Bye!